Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, we are from the fifth group that consists of Ulayya, Rizqo, and me, Zahra, Rudhiya. In this opportunity, we would like to present our discussion about accounting standards and principles in public sector. The standard of public sector accounting is the principles of accounting applied to the creation and presenting of the financial statements of the public sector organization. The Indonesian government has already established accounting standards for the government called Government Accounting Standards or SAP. This accounting standard is set forth in the form of a public sector accounting standard statement, which contains a design in detail of the standard accounting elements. The SAP set up by the Government Accounting Standards Committee also provides an interpretation of the Government Accounting Standards or IPSAP and technical newsletter. In turn, the public accounting system should refer to the established accounting standards. Accounting standards derived from a conceptual framework that, considering the uniformity needs, can support good governance as a matter of fact. The three primary principles underlying the application of good governance are participation, transparency, and accountability. Government financial statements compiled by guidelines on accounting standards that set the uniformity principles reveal participation agendas, transparency, and accountability. For accountability needs, users of financial reports rely mainly on comparative spatial aspects of government rather than a thorough evaluation of them. The various procedures and practices can create difficulties when the users intend to make comparisons. The concept of uniformity may reduce the freedom of public managers to select certain methods of fulfilling their interests that can result in biased financial report because of the information manipulation. According to Purvis et al., there are three main strategies in order to reduce obstacles to the application of the comparative concept that's set by an accounting standard. The first is maintaining the good cooperation with users to reintroduce the benefits of uniformity. The second is uniformity of local or local properties should be reduced by severe effort. The third is prepare sufficient funding factors to reach that goal. According to the attorney, relevant circumstances is the important situations economically that could significantly affect similar events. These are general conditions or factors associated with complex events that are expected to affect the timing of the cash flow. The concept of finite uniformity seeks to synchronize accounting methods which is determined by relevant circumstances in the situation similar in general. The concept of the rigid uniformly tries to determine one method for transaction in common, though there are circumstances. While flexibility is applied in the situation, there are no relevant circumstances, but there is more than a possible accounting method of choice. And this is the 11 statements of government accounting or PASP that's set up by the Governing Accounting Committee or KSAP. KSAP aims to improve accountability and reliability of government financial management through the creation and implementation of government accounting standards, including the support of the implementation of those standards. To achieve the purpose, the KSAP refers to the best international practices, among other things, can adapt it into International Public Sector Accounting Standards or IPSAS that published by International Federation of Accountants or IFAC. According to Undang-Undang Number 17 of 2003 about the government finance, the SAP is set up by government regulations. Each central government reporting entity and local government must apply the SAP, and it's expected to establish a measure of good regulation harmony in the central government, despite the local government by using SAP. The preparation process of SAP is a process that is generally used internationally with adjustment to conditions in Indonesia. The first process is the topic identification to be developed into standard. The second is the formation of work groups inside the KSAP. The third is limited research by work groups. The fourth is writing of SAP draft by work groups. The fifth is the draft discussion by work committee. And the sixth is taking the draft decision to publish. The seventh is launch SAP publication draft. The eighth is doing limited and public hearings. The ninth is discussion of responses and input of the public draft. The 10th is default or standard finalization, and the last is setting up government accounting standards.
The next material is about International Public Sector Accounting Standards, or IPSAS, are accounting standards for public sector entities developed by the International Public Sector Accounting Standards Board. It is a body under the International Federation of Accountants, or IFAC, an international accounting professionals organization founded in 1977. The existence of this stems from the awareness of the tangible benefits of financial information that is consistent and comparable across jurisdictions. In order to improve the quality of general-purpose financial reporting by public sector entities, which leads to a better informed assessment of all resource allocation decisions that have been made by the government, so as to increase the transparency and accountability of the public sector. There are 31 accounting standards from the public sector that have been produced by IPSASB until 2010. Next, the Government Accounting Standards Board, or GASB, is the source of generally accepted accounting principles, or GAAP, used by state and local government in the United States. As with most of the entities involved in creating GAAP in the United States, it is private, non-governmental organization, and its mission is to establish and improve standards of state and local governmental accounting and financial reporting that will result in useful information for users of financial reports and guide and educate the public, including issuers, auditors, and users of those financial reports. The first one is Management's Discussions and Analysis. Introduce basic financial statement and provides analysis of government financial activities. However, there's still a need for additional information. An important aspect of this should be to provide an easy-to-read objective analysis of government financial activities as a basic for knowing the facts. The second is basic financial statements. Basic financial statements include A. Governmental-wide financial statements, B. The financial statement for the fund, C. Notes to financial statements, and D. Needed additional information or items supplementary information. The third is needed additional information or required supplementary information to indicate whether the government's choice and legitimate use the resources is included in the RSI budget. It must be include the budgetary ratio of general funds and legally generated revenues. The ratio of this budget must be flexible. It should be authenticity, final allocation of budget to record the correct time, inflow, and real balance based on the made government budget.
So that's it, our presentation about accounting standards and principles in public sector. Thank you for watching this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have a nice day, everyone.